Right, so I'm going to introduce you to my the brains of the operation. This is my Filofax Chino, which I'm using for day-to-day organisation and to-do lists and all that sort of stuff. I've got a very simple little embroidered badge on the front. This is Sugar Hiccup. I just happen to like her. My Chino itself is brushed cotton, so it's very touchy-feely. I love it. I do like leather, but I didn't want it to be something that I couldn't just have out on the desk and I would worry about getting something on it. I am not in the least bit worried about getting paint on this or anything like that, because to be honest I don't like the colour. So it really doesn't matter if it gets paint on it. And in fact it's got pen all over the back somehow. I don't know how I did that. Okay, so we open it up and straight away you can see I've decorated bits and pieces. The pocket is a mesh pocket, so you can actually see into it. I love that because I can put all sorts of things in here and I can see exactly what's in here. I've got basically my stickers and things that I use and my ring reinforcements, and that's all I've got in here. Most of these stickers they're not actually Midori Filofax stickers or anything like that. They're just cheap highlighting stickers. And I've got hundreds of these, like the moleskin ones. I used to always use moleskin planners, so I ended up with hundreds of these, and I never really used them. I always ended up putting them in the pocket and forgetting about them. But now they're in the front here, I don't really forget about them, so I pop them in there, and then it's just all in this little glassine envelope, and that's nice and easy to get in and out then. And I've just got my ring reinforcements loose because I seem to need them a lot. This has a hole in the bottom, that's why that keeps falling out. Well, that's solved that mystery. So that's in my pocket. It's a gusseted pocket, so it actually does open really easily. It's very easy to pop things in and out, and actually it's quite roomy. I can even fit, if I need to, I can fit my phone in there, which is handy because, you know, if I'm doing something that involves not getting something all over my phone, I can pop my phone in my Filofax and I know where it is and it's out of the way. So, yeah, I've got my charms, my tag, my bear's tag. Bear died this time last year, and that's his name tag. And I've got wrong way around, what's it called? Keyring fob that my best friend sent me. I think she made it, and it says find love, achieve peace, create balance. It's the same as my tattoo. Then I've got my flyleaf, which I just have I found this little cat sticker. It's a little Halloween cat with a pumpkin, and I thought it was cute, so I stuck it on there. No reason. Generally I tend to put the occasional sticky note on here, but mostly it's just there to, you know, keep all of this together and protect it from the rings, because paper tends to get caught in these rings, so the flyleaf is really just there to protect the paper from getting caught. This was an old envelope that I folded in half, punched some holes in, I'd drawn on, and I thought, well, you know, I can stick it in my art journal or I can use it as a front cover. Because until that point I actually had this with my personal information on it, and I didn't want that being open to view. So yeah, I put her on there, and on the back there I've just got my sticky notes, my admin sticky notes for lists, and my don't forget this sticky notes. I've then got these, which are my multicoloured tabs. Now these I use as highlighters if I don't have my highlighting pens with me, and I use them for recurring or movable appointments. My colour coding system is extremely logical because I don't have time to mess about with 200 different colours of pens and having a coding system that I have to go and look up every time I want to know what colour to write something in. I can't be doing with that. So pink is for my vlogs, blogs, YouTube and all that sort of stuff, because that is all to do with me being on camera and I have pink hair. See? Very logical. My orange tabs are for class stuff because my class site is a Moodle site and the logo for Moodle is orange. My green stuff is for finance because I don't have an awful lot of it in here, so, and I don't like green very much. I don't like doing finances very much. And obviously, green is associated with money anyway. Blue is for admin because blue is boring and so is admin. And yellow is the brightest colour. I'm colourblind and yellow is the brightest colour for me to see. It's most readily available to me. So I use yellow for really important things that I must not forget on pain of death. Like filing your tax return and stuff like that. Generally things that are going to cost me money if I don't do them. I have the same set. Oh, I also have I have some separate ones that are purple, but I actually have those in my Midori. I'm not using them in here at the moment because purple is my personal stuff, because I like purple. Purple is one of my favourite colours. It's really logical. I have the exact same set. Sorry, I've got my hand here because I've got personal information there. I just pop that there for a second. In this pouchy thing, I have this is my Filofax pouch, and as you can see, everything I've got is exactly the same colour code system. Because this is the standard colour code system. All these colours plus purple is the standard highlighting system. It's the standard sticky note system. So my sticky tabs are all in the same colours. I bought a set of big paper clips the other day that are all in the same colours. So I don't have to worry about having the right pens. All I need to have is either my Filofax has these, or if I've got my pen thing with me, then I've got my highlighters anyway. So, and it's easy to find, even if you're out somewhere, it's easy to find a highlighter in the right colour. This page is my personal information. So I've got my personal information at the top, I've got a little sticky card at the bottom. I'll explain about those in a minute, and the sticky card with the red stuff on. So this is all just filled in, and then this is stuck over the bit that I wasn't going to use because I don't like putting passport numbers and stuff in here. I keep those completely separate. This little thing is my ice contacts. So if anything happens to me, there's information on here about how to contact someone to look after the dogs, who's got a key to the house, all that kind of stuff. Next of kin, everything. And that's got the notable dates on the back, which is actually useful. So my first section here is my personal section for purple. And I got the 1 to 6 dividers came with the Filofax. And I bought these things, which come in like 8 different colours or something, in Waterstones. And the person who gave me the Filofax actually also had a set of these in the Filofax pocket, and I thought, oh, they're really useful. So these not only act as tabs and colour coding, but they also are really easy to get to. There's no fumbling around for which tab you want. So at the very front, I've just got a basic sheet of notepaper and to-do lists. I'm using the inserts from Lime Tree Fruits for... Now, I'll come on to that in a minute because I use them in a specific way, but I've got the to-do lists from the weekly organisation sheet, and I've got a piece of blank notepaper just in the front. I've left these blank because I like to doodle on things, so I thought, well, I can doodle on these and make them all pretty, and then I've got some of my artwork in my Filofax. I've just stuck my arrows on here, and being a lefty, my arrows are on the wrong side. So my arrows point to the page rather than pointing to the outside. This is my personal section, and I don't have a lot in this section because most of my personal stuff is now in here or in my wallet. I did originally have a personal section with a written diary and a wallet section, but it just got too big, it was too chunky, and I wasn't using it because there was too much in here. So, and it wasn't helping me with splitting out work and home. So this is just my personal section. I've just got a bit of note paper. I've got some ideas lists, for ideas for personal stuff that I want to do. most of it is blank paper because, like I say, I'm using my Midori mostly. I've got my birthday lists, important numbers that I must not lose because I don't want to chuck them in my one of my other journals and then accidentally file them away. I want to keep them where I can use them all the time. My wants and needs list, this is for work as opposed to what I need. So this has got things like I need a new Xyron refill, I need a new printer refill, stuff like that. I've got my books and media wish list. I do a lot of audiobooks, and whenever I see one that I want, I put it on my list. I also put my craft books that I want to buy or books I want to get from the library. I put them on here. This is a printout from, I can't remember if I got it from Filofaxes or from My Life All in One Place. It was one of those, I'm not sure which, but it was definitely one. I think it might have been Ray on My Life All in One Place. It's got type, title, got and finished. I'm actually using it slightly differently. I do put the type, so I've got audiobook is AB, book is B, I've got L for library book. So I put the information here, I put where I want to get it or how I want to get it. Once I've got it, I tick it. Once I've started it, I tick it here. So this is actually the finished column, but I like to be able to see easily what I've done and what I haven't done, so I cross it out when it's finished. So I actually use the finished box for when I've started. So when I reprint another one of these, obviously I don't need one at the moment because I've got two of them in here. When I print another one, I will change that. They're editable, so I'll change that to started and then cross it out when I'm finished. And you can see that each section that I have in, each bit that I have in my sections is a different colour. It's highlighted on the top. So I know that although this is in my personal section, it's to do with shopping and finance. So it's stuff to buy or stuff that I'm keeping a list of or something like that. And then I've got a purple list, so that's personal stuff. This is my personal mail art list. For swaps and things I do with Art Pals. And then I've got a little glassine envelope that I punched some holes in, cut the corner off because it was down here, so I cut the corner off so it's easy to open it, and that's got my stamps in for my mail art. The other thing I've done is, no, I'll tell you about that in a minute. I've got my Art Pals list there then with my addresses on. I've also got important addresses for home contacts. This is things like the plumber, the electrician, my doctor, you know, things like that. I've got really important phone numbers there. Yellow, must not forget. And then I've got other address book things in here. These are really, I could put all my contacts on my phone, but these are ones that I repeatedly need to use or I need to access when I'm going to the post office. Might not have my phone with me, or you know, people that I send stuff to a lot and I can't always remember what their postcode is or whatever, or I can't remember their phone number, or if my phone dies I might need to contact them and I don't know their phone number off by heart, so it's all in here. But I don't put every single contact in here, just the ones that are important. Then I've got this little divider here. This is just, I had A to Z dividers in here and I knew I wasn't going to use them. That's a bit too, because I don't have an address book, I've just got this. I didn't need A to Z. So I cut the tab off and I put this little tab on from Dog Toy, and it says for your best friend. It's got a cute little dog on it, so I've put that on there. And just these are just rub-ons that I had. I just thought it'd be nice to decorate it. And this is my list of my animals. So I've got, I haven't put personal information on here yet, so I've got a recent photo of them with their name. So I've got Maddie, I've got Gypsy, and I've got Crow. I've got their date of birth, all their important information, like when I adopted them, their first vaccinations, when their next boosters are due, whether they're spayed or not, any major medical information, like the fact that Maddie can't have steroids. And at some point I will go in and put their chip numbers on here. I haven't done it yet because I was going to do a video, so I just wanted to wait until I finished that, but I'll put the chip numbers on. Again, if anything happens to them, I know exactly where all that information is. It's in my Filofax. And I've also got, I'm going to put a picture of Arnie on here, and I've got his vet's thing as well, because obviously he goes to a different vet than my girls. Arnie is my flatmate's dog, if you're not familiar with him. So I've got his information just in case my flatmate's not here. I've got authorization to get him to a vet. And then I've also got a page here. Now this is one of the reasons why I put these the wrong way round, so that I could do this. This is kind of hidden information. This is for stuff for UK GSR and the RSPCA and all that kind of stuff that I don't generally want flapping about in the breeze. I just like to keep it all hidden. Well, not hidden, but you know, not readily available. My next section, oh actually no, before I move on to a section I'll go back and tell you about this. I've got various different pages here that have got washi tape on the edge, and those are for a reason. So this is my ideas list, and this is my current favourite washi tape. This is the one from Artsyville. I love it, it's awesome. This is my mail art list, airmail stuff. Then I've got pretty little girls like dollies, they're the black eyes. That's my art pals list. Then I've got hearts on this one, so that's the things I love. That's my faves videos. I've got one here that's to do with, it's got parcel stamps on. That's my packages list. So I just put those on there so that it was easy to find important pages that I use a lot. Rather than constantly moving them to the front, I can just, you know, I can look at this really easily and go, where's my faves list? Oh, there it is. Blah, blah. Instead of going to the page and going to that section and flipping through, because it puts pressure on the rings and the paper and, you know, it's just wear and tear. So I prefer to just put washi tape on it and then I know where the section is. It's easy to find. Which is one of the reasons I don't decorate my pages with washi tape, as you'll see in a moment. So yeah, the next section I've got is my orange section. Orange is for my Moodle stuff, which is my class site, so anything in this section is orange. And that means it's for classes. So I've got my year planner. Now this is not a detailed year planner, this is just like, for instance, summer long starts and it runs right the way through, summer long ends, okay? I've also got bits and pieces like when I was on holiday, my holiday at the beginning of the year. I've got little birthday cake stickers that I've stuck on to show that there's a birthday that day. I don't generally need to know whose birthday it is. I generally know, oh, March 1st, that's my dad. But I do tend to forget that there's a birthday that day. So just by having the sticker there, that's useful. That's 2003 and 2004. And again, I think I got these off of either Filofaxes or My Life All in One Place. I'm not sure which. I spent about 2 days looking for downloads that would work for what I wanted. And I've just got a little clippy thing on here. It's just a small clip. It just makes it really easy to pull it out when I need it. This is my tabbed sticky notes. I love these things because, as you can see, I can stick it so that it's exactly the right size, so that I can stick it so that it doesn't hit the rings. It fits the edge of the divider, but I've still got a thing here. So I've got one for bills back here. I've got one for summer long. These are ones that get changed regularly. And this is the set. It comes in... Oh, such noisy people today. It comes in a little booklet like this with sticky notes in. You can split it up if you want to and use individuals, or you can, you know, leave it in the box. I leave it in the box. I rather like it. It's cute. I do have one, like I say, in my bag, but actually it fits in here as well. But because it's so thick, it actually is quite difficult to write on, so I took it out and I put it in my organiser bag. That was, did I say, £1.99 in the works, but I actually got it for £1 because it was on 50% off. So, you know, this is a list of things that I really need to know for my current class. And everything in here is to do with my current class. And what I do is I put a title at the top for which class it is, and then I highlight it in orange. So if this bit of paper ends up sitting around on my desk, all I've got to do is look at the colour and I go, oh, that's a class list. That shouldn't be that, you know, that should be in my classes section, or that should be in my finance section, or whatever. So that's just, like I say, notes for my current class. And my list of video updates, my list of research books that I'm using for my next class, just general bits and pieces that haven't really got a home yet, but they're all to do with classes. Then I've got my pink one, which is fast becoming videos and vlogs, but it's for vlogs, blogs and social media. So anything to do with me having to be in front of the camera or talking to people or whatever, this is pink. I've got a couple of contact people in here that I don't want to lose the information for, lists of my journaling vlogs that I want to do. This is a important one of reviews. These I got two, they were 2 for 99p in the works, but I actually got them for 50p again on the buy one get one free, and I've got a purple and a green. They're really handy actually, because I can take all this stuff out and pin it together with this and then put it all back in or whatever. I use this to, this is my reviews section, because that's where I go to. My reviews and my faves are where I go to most often. So this is just lists of videos and things that I need to do, my videos that I'm filming in August, and so on. And I do, you know, if I need to do a list of what I need to do and break a video down, then I'll pop a piece of paper in here and do that. This was one of the biggest problems with using a planner, because this was all ending up being split up all over the place. Whereas now, if I need to start another list for something, I can just start a new piece of paper and stick it in here and job done. This is my diary section. I'll come on back to this in a moment. My blue section is for admin, and I've also got my Filofax list. I detest this black ruler. I really don't like it. I don't like how dense it is against the page. Visually, it's very jarring for me. It causes me a problem. So instead of using it as my today ruler, I use it with my Filofax list. So this is setting up my Filofaxes, what I was doing and how I was doing it, just so that I knew where I was up to with, you know, what still needed to be set up. So I still need to set up my class planner in my A5. I still need to set up my sales and PR stuff in my A5, that sort of thing. And I also had my wish list in here as well, but I've finished that now. As far as Filofax goes, I'm done with everything that I think I need to set up my Filofaxes. I don't have a burning desire to buy yet another Filofax. If I ever see the cherry red cross or classic really cheaply on eBay, I will buy it, because I love that particular organizer. It's just beautiful. But it has to be, you know, I would need to see it on sale on AdSpot, or, you know, on eBay or something really cheap before I would bother, because this one is perfectly serviceable for me. I don't have any burning desire to have 15 different Filofaxes and swapping them in and out. So I don't really have a wish list for Filofax, but I have a couple of ones that if I ever see one cheap enough, I might splash out and treat myself to it. This is my admin list of stuff that I need to do. Again, I've put admin on the top and I've highlighted it in blue. So if this bit of paper ever ends up somewhere that it shouldn't be, I know exactly where it's come from. I don't have to worry about where to file it. And then this is my green section, is my finance. So again, I've got my August bills in here, when I need to pay them and what I need to pay, because I pay bills on a weekly basis now instead of, because I'm self-employed, it's really hard to have everything available on a set day every month to pay it by direct debit. So instead, what I do is I pay it all online, but I pay it in advance. So I know roughly how much my Virgin Media bill is going to be every month. So for the 4 weeks previous, I pay 1/4 of it each week, and then when the bill comes in, it's already paid. So it's much easier for me to do it like that than to try and work it out on a monthly basis. This is a little expenses wallet. It's either from Filofaxy or My Life in One Place, I don't know, one of the two. It's a printable that you print out and you stick it together, you fold it up, stick it together, and you can put, it's a little pocket here, envelope thing. so noisy. It's a little pocket envelope thing, so I can list expenses on here. I have a lot of little receipts, like things from the post office. The receipts are only that big. The bus tickets and stuff are only that big. And I lose them because I chuck them all in my bag and they don't ever go anywhere. So this is just my way of being able to catalogue all my little receipts for the month. I just shove them all in here, and you know, at the end of the month I write them all on and they're catalogued and I seal the envelope, and then that's it. I don't have to do anything with them other than at some point I need to take them out and log them on my tax system, on my accounts, on the computer. That's it. And I've just got this on here to stop anything falling out, basically. Another green one, this is my packages section, which has got like parcel stamps, washi tape on it. This is packages for work, not personal stuff. It's stuff that I've bought for the company, or parcels that I'm sending out to somebody. If somebody orders artwork, I track it and I write the tracking number on here and everything, and I'm cross off when it's arrived. And I tick it, like for instance, I've got stuff here. This is what it is. In brackets I've got RM, which means it's coming by Royal Mail. Who it's coming from, and D for dispatched, and once it arrives I cross it off. So again, I've got something here, international, so it's an international purchase, so it'll take a little bit longer to get here. eBay and dispatched, and when it arrived I crossed it out. So I can see straight away by looking at this I'm not waiting for anything to come in for the business. At the back here I've got another glassine envelope. That is a emergency envelope and stamp, because I've lost track of the amount of times I suddenly needed an envelope and stamp when I was out and about, or you know, I just suddenly need to post something really urgently and I don't have an envelope or a stamp. So I thought, well, I'll put them in here and every time I use them I'll refill them. And I've also got, wrapped up in there, I've also got a £10 note. So just an extra little emergency fund for, you know, whatever I may need emergency funds for. And it is for emergencies, it's not for, you know, oh no, I've run out of bread and milk, I'll dip into that. It's not a dip-in fund, it is an emergency fund. So if I'm stuck somewhere and I need to get a taxi home, for instance, something like that, then that's an emergency. Again, I've got my bills, money owed, classes, classes for sale, that is. And this is all for, I haven't finished setting this up yet, it's all for my sales lists. I haven't done this yet because I haven't decided whether I want to have it in here on a monthly basis or do it in the other book on a monthly basis and do it as a project management thing. I haven't got around to setting that one up yet properly. Commissions list, and because I'm in a commissions whiteout at the moment, I'm not taking commissions at the moment, I don't have any, but commissions will open soon, so watch this space. And then at the back here I've got my, this is the envelope that comes, this actually came with it. And again, it's only there to protect the paper from the back of the rings, to stop them all getting caught up, because you can see, you know, look what happens just to the plastic. Look how curved it is at the end. Can you see that? It's all gnarled up. I don't want that to happen to my paper because it splits. So I just put that in there. And at the moment, it's just got some colour-coded paper clips, and this is the back off my phone. It's been too hot to have this in my phone case, so I just popped it in here. And then at the back I've got a couple of store cards and things that I don't use very often. I've actually got one missing, I must have used it the other day. I've got some spare business cards just in case. Never travel anywhere without a business card. And then I've got my project management notebook, which you saw in the other video. This is my project management list. Just, you know, when I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I must do such and such, I write it in here and then I worry about it later. And that is very much how this planner is set up. I don't, you know, if I have an idea for something personal, like I had my Midori idea the other day, I wrote the information on here quickly, and then that's out of my head and I can continue with whatever I was doing. And then later I can come back to this and I can re-look at it and I can visit it and go, okay, I'll put that in my other book and I'll start working on that or whatever.